Assalamu alaikum. Let me give you a short rundown on what I have done in my life. In 1968, I graduated from Dawood Engineering College in Karachi in electronics. And after that, I started my career. My career belongs to two companies. Firstly, Philips, where I worked for 33 years. And I had worked in Philips in Pakistan, in Europe, in the United States, and in China. The second part was a 17 years stint at my consultancy, which I opened in Hong Kong, which was helping startup companies to commercialize and industrialize their technologies. And that took me to Japan, Korea, Taiwan, and China. Now, in every person's life, a moment comes when he thinks and he makes a self-evaluation. My time came when I was 65 and I was in Hong Kong. And when I did this self-evaluation of what did I achieve and what did I lose in my life, I came to the conclusion that there were two things which are very clear. That had I not become an engineer in 1968, I would not be sitting here. Number two, I had a very strong feeling that all the success that I had in my career, both in Pakistan as well as abroad, is attributed to me being made in Pakistan. And so the Pakistan had given me a lot in terms of grooming, work ethic, and everything. So that led to a feeling that now is the time to give back something to my country. And so I kept a certain amount of budget for this purpose, and I thought that I will give it to a good charity in Pakistan and thus fulfill my responsibility. Now, with this plan in mind, I went to Pakistan and I started to interview a lot of charities. I met TCF, Dil, CARE, and they were all doing tremendous amount of good work. While I was still busy with this survey, you can say an incident happened with me that I went to a university to meet a friend. And I saw about 25 young students standing outside his office. And I asked him, what are these people doing there? And he said, well, we are a very prestigious university and these people have gotten an admission today in our university. I said, but look at their faces, they're all pulled down. They're not chatting, they're not happy. He said, yeah, but the dilemma is that today is their happiest day and also the saddest day. I said, how come? And they said, well, they don't know where the fees will come from for the next 4 years. So they are very, very unsure and insecure about their future. I couldn't take it. I couldn't accept it. This was something very new for me. And when I investigated, they said there are many, many universities with a very similar problem. Anyhow, next day I had to go to Karachi. I went to Karachi and I was invited to a lunch with 6-7 of my old friends. And this party was a kind of an annual event so whenever I went to Karachi, these friends got collected using the excuse that I am in town. Anyhow, the typical pattern of these lunches was that for the first 1 hour we would reminisce about the past, tell some old jokes and old stories. Then we will come to the national politics, and we will criticize all the parties involved in running the country and the mess they have made, and then have a cup of tea and leave. So this time when they left, when they were leaving, I said, hey guys, can't we do something ourselves? The first reaction was, what can we do? I said, wow, you are the CEO and you are the chairman and you are a successful businessman. If you can't do it, who else would do? And they said, yeah, but good. Do you have an idea? I said, yes, I have an idea. And the idea is that I have come across these students who have done everything which is possible in their own hands, but now they are stuck because they don't have the money to pay their fees for the next 4 to 5 years. And we must do that. We can afford it. So that's how the idea of Professional Education Foundation was born. My friends said yes, and they said go ahead, we'll support you, and that's how the trust of Professional Education Foundation was formed in January 2009. Now let me give you a short presentation about what we do and how we do it. Our mission is professional education, using professional education to remove poverty from this country. If you ask me who we are a trust. It's managed by Board of Governors, 11 Board of Governors. Here is the picture which I'm very proud of. These are my very close friends, and they give me a lot of time. They bring a lot of funding. They guide me and they guide the team. They help me make policies, and actually they help me run this trust like a company. You will ask, why did you choose professional education? The answer is very simple. An average cost of a student in a government-run university, which we do, is 90,000 rupees per year. What does that mean? Is an engineer can be made in 360,000 rupees, and a doctor would cost 450,000 rupees. When these people will graduate and come to the job market, they will earn this entire amount in 8 to 9 months. Where else will you find a better return on investment to society? And that's not enough. These students will then educate their brothers and sisters. They will have an impact, a multifaceted impact on the whole community. I have some very interesting stories to tell, but that's for later. Now, we started with 6 universities in 2009, and today we are proud to say that we are funding 41 universities all across Pakistan with a very good footprint. I would like to show you a profile of our students. Who are they? I will define them in 2 areas. One is their economic status. We have the data for 2,200 students, and their average family income is 31,500 per month. With a family size of 6, the per capita income is 5,000 to 5,500 rupees per month. Who are they? They are the sons and the daughters of your maid, your gardener, your driver or a rickshaw driver or a shopkeeper or an ordinary farm laborer. Their stories are moving. It's heartbreaking how much sacrifice they give to educate their one son or one daughter. Anyhow, now look at their academic status. 2,200 students, their average marks in HSC was 82%. 46% out of them had marks more than 90%. I can tell you, when I passed my HSC, I earned only 62%. So they are all better than me. They will become Hafiz Haqs of tomorrow. And I'm very proud of them. Anyhow, I want to talk to you about transparency. You know, when I was starting work or establishing a charity in Pakistan, I had two concerns. One was the system of sifarish, the recommendations, which is very common in Pakistan. And the other one was some kind of blame that, the money is not used properly. So, and I can tell you that we found a business model in PF which can address both of these issues. Now, why? How? That we do not give money in the hand of children. All the money you give us, we give it to the universities directly. So there is no room for any misuse. And I can tell you that I feel proud to say that not one sifarish on recommendation case I have seen in the last 13 years. Why? Because we have a gate. Unless you enter the university, we don't touch you. And what is the ticket for entering that gate? 82%, 90% marks. They don't need any recommendation. They are themselves their own recommendation. Number one. Number two, there is no discrimination on any basis in selection of these students. We also are very conscious about zakat. So we handle your zakat with very much care, and we have a Sharia advisor who advises us on the processes of handling zakat in compliance with the law. Our accounts are audited by an international accounting firm called Ferguson. And lastly, what is the benefit of all these governance improvement actions? So, Pakistan Center for Philanthropy, PCP, is a body which audits all non-profits in Pakistan. They have 450 in their database. Last year we had our third audit. After every 3 years there is an audit, and we got 92% marks. And when I asked them where do we rate amongst the 450 NGOs, I was told that we are amongst the best 5 well-managed and governed non-profits in Pakistan. Thanks to my board, thanks to my staff. Wow. Now, what is the output of PF? Our output is the 2,300 alumni over the period of last 13 years. Out of these 2,300 students, 1,000 was doctors, 1,200 were engineers, and 100 were Bachelor of Business Administration. They are what I call transformation beyond imagination. And they are going to change the lives not only of themselves, but the immediate families, and in some cases also communities. I will show you some videos at the end which will show you what change we are bringing to the society through these people. Ladies and gentlemen, I thank you for your time. At the end of the day, I have something from a very famous poet in Pakistan. शिकवाए ज़ुल्मते शब से तो कहीं बेहतर था, अपने हिस्से की कोई शम्मा जलाते जाते. Thank you.